Hey boys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I will be talking to you guys about how to do presentations, I guess. As you can see, there were changes. I kind of took like a little bit of a 4-day-ish break. I kind of missed Monday, and I'm recording this on Monday. And yeah, I got a haircut too. Looks pretty fly, I guess. I don't know, it's up to you. Leave dislike or like, whatever. So, let's get into the video. The first tip is to practice, and practice. Just like anything in the world, practice makes perfect, and perfect practice means you're probably gonna ace it. There are so many ways to practice. For example, you can practice in front of a mirror, in front of a stuffed animal, just versing it, just like walking around and talking. You could practice in front of a camera or anything, as long as you're having repetition basically, and then as you do it, you'll kind of have a rhythm, and like each word will like give you cues. Like for me, whenever I do these videos, I have like certain cues. Like whenever I say practice, 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 I know, okay, the next thing's this, the next thing's that. And then it'll slowly all come down in one smooth presentation. Very, very simple. Just create a rhythm and then be like consistent. Doesn't have to be exactly the same, but consistently give the exact same information. You know how I said it 3 times? For me, I have 3 stages. So the first stage is actually you practice in front of a mirror. Let's use mirrors as examples. You practice in front of a mirror with your script, and you can kind of read it and like look up like this. Like read it, look up, read it, look up, read it, look up. And then once you kind of get nice rhythm to that, you want to keep holding your script, but look at your script less and less and less. And then you'll get to the point where you have your script and you just kind of look at like tiny little words to give you the cues. That was the second step. The next step is to actually throw away your script and talk using hand motions and not really moving around, but staying still and looking confident, I guess. And not gonna lie, just practice until you mess up. And then when you mess up, you correct it and then you go again. Repetition, guys. That's how practice, or that's how I practice at least. Another way to practice is to actually, what I used to do is I'd practice a piece, right? Like 5 times. Go do something else, like make a snack or like play a game. And then I come back like 30 minutes later, and then without my script, I try to just say it again. Verse it 5 more times. And I keep on doing that for the whole night. It helped me a lot because it was an all-in-one, and I had to memorize it right then and there. I like kind of had to like always know what it was because I'd be coming back to it so my mind would be clear, right? The second tip is to practice in front of someone. When you're practicing in front of someone, usually the nerve is still there. It's like, for me, I practice same in front of one person, then 1,000. Not really, maybe like 30. 1 to 30, that's like the same thing. Like still get the same nerves and stuff. Because you have to maintain eye contact, and you have to like, they'll be watching you, so you kind of have the nervous thing to like move, or to like, kind of like, maybe skip a beat, like you accidentally stop talking for a second, and you go like, But just talking in front of one person will kind of like get you over, excuse me, get you over those nerves. And then, I don't even know if I can't, and then also, they can also give you perspective. They can be like, okay, here's my feedback. You move too much. You clap too much. You don't look at the audience. You're constantly looking down, or like in the sky, or you're like, if you're like leg up in the air, you couldn't see it because I'm not flexible, but you're like constantly fidgeting and being like, oh yeah, so today I'm gonna be presenting about. So they're gonna give you feedback, and they'll help you improve. My third tip is energy levels. For presentation, it depends on what you're talking about, because if you're talking about history, boring old history, or your presentation's more formal, you want to have not low energy, be like, hey guys, how are you doing? Today we're gonna be talking about my presentation. You want to be more like, not like high energy, but hey boys, today we're gonna be talking about my presentation. It's gonna be real cool. No, you don't want, you gotta be in the middleman, right? So you want to be like confident, be like, hello, today we're gonna be learning about 1920. So basically, it totally depends on the situation or the presentation. For videos, I like to have high octane energy, right? Because that makes it more interesting. But say you're talking about history, I said moderate energy. You never want to have low energy or too high energy, because that might freak someone out or bore someone to death, right? So just knowing how much energy you have. And plus, it makes it more interesting. Usually, when you have moderate energy or high-ish energy, well, not high energy, but moderate energy, that makes people perceive you as more confident, actually, because you don't like go too fast or too slow, and that's always a good thing to do. Okay, my fourth tip is know what you're talking about, because if you know what you're saying, you can kind of improvise. So say you slip up and you miss a cue, you can actually, like, maybe the last thing you're going to talk about, you put it in the middle, and then that middle thing goes to the end, right? You can switch things up when you know what you're talking about, because you can cover each and every point, because you know it. Another thing is, if you know it well enough, you can actually wing it. That's what I do for these videos, is because I want to keep it spontaneous, and I just do whatever. None of you, I got, like, points that I have to get to and all that kind of jazz, but all my like one person acting, my voices, all that is not scripted at all. It's all spontaneous, and I think that's good because it makes it more interesting. And plus, knowing what you're talking about is good, because if you get distracted, you can improvise, and just knowing what you're talking about makes you seem even more confident. Even if you have moderate energy, knowing what you're talking about is good. Last and final tip is that less is more. Okay, so last year, we're gonna talk about last year. I was like, I put 50% energy into most of my assignments and stuff like that. But this year, I went full 1000%. And I realized that my 50% wasn't good, but my 1000% was even worse. Because I would kind of like, not repeat myself, but I'd say every little detail. And that's bad, because people become uninterested once you hit like a couple details. No one likes to listen to someone talk forever, okay? If you look back at my videos, this one's probably gonna be pretty long too, they were 10 minute, like that's way too long. I've been trying to cut them down to like 5 to 7 minutes, even sometimes stretch 10 minutes. I even made random ass talks, because those are like 2 to 3 minutes, and those are very short. So less is more, because when you have less, you can hit those details head on rather than just dancing around the bush and then eventually cutting the bush apart. So I hope you boys and girls have enjoyed. Like, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you're new, comment, because I want to know what your day has been like, and peace.